Hey everybody, welcome back. So it's March 29th and we're back out at the Tarp shelter again. So I thought I'd just give you a quick look around. This is the fourth week in a row been out here. I think first one was around March 5th, 12th, 21st, first day of spring out here. And here we are, the end of March. Last week when I was out, it was like 60 degrees out here. Snow was all gone. And I thought, that's it, winter's over, spring is here. And here we are a week later, end of March, and we got fresh snow that's fallen in the last couple of days. And temperature is just a little above freezing here today. So there, yeah, it's a quick look around. Temperatures change, conditions change daily out here. But I thought I'd come out again and just take a look at some more gear for you guys. Some stuff that's a little bit new for me, and and that's kind of half the fun. Go out and buy a little bit of gear, whether I need it or not. Try it out in front of you guys, and you can get kind of a first look. Obviously, I'm not a professional reviewer. I'm a guy that comes out in the bush here, looks for the best tool to do the job. Lightweight, inexpensive. Like I said, ultimately is going to do what I need it to do out here, and different applications for everything. So, if you're cutting planks out of logs, that's one thing. If you're cutting little 3-inch round firewood for your homemade wood stove, that's another thing. So, depending on what I'm doing from week to week, how long I'm going to be here, different tools for different jobs. So today, all that being said, just touched on wood stoves a little bit. You've seen on my channel, I got a bunch of DIY stoves up there. And the whole point of that is so that I can come out here in the wintertime, set up my tarp shelter, which you kind of see behind me there, and stay for a couple of days. And I never know if it's going to be, just a little below freezing or 20 below. And so to have that wood stove, something fairly small and portable. We got a hike out here. I'm, whatever it is, 4 miles out into the bush. And so whatever it is, I either got to put it on a sled or on my back. Summertime, want to get a little bit further out here, and so that's why the portability, lightweight aspect comes into play. So I think I kind of got the stove thing figured out, but there's still this question of a stove jack. That's a big intro for a stove jack video, but I kind of got another idea here, and I want to show it to you today. Really, truthfully, run it by you. And I've been in the back, I started on it, back of my mind, some ideas, worked it around a little bit, and I want to try something out here today. So I'm going to get set up for that, show you what I'm using right now, and then show you what my idea is, and then you guys can let me know either what you're using or what you think of this one. So I got the camera flipped around here, just going to slip inside the tarp shelter. You can kind of see what's going on if you haven't seen this before. But yeah, I spent a few nights out here already. Like I said, basically once a week for the last month. And this shelter has been standing for that whole time. So it's just I don't know, 12 by 22 on the top and a couple 8 by 10s on each end. So what I did here is I got this little wood stove that I made. I call it a bucket stove. It's made out of a 5-gallon bucket. And that thing has stood here for all the nights that we've been out here as well. Stove jack, what I've been doing, so that's about a 3-foot piece of pipe, 3-inch pipe, a little bit of an elbow. And I just grabbed a piece of sheet metal, and there's a tree right behind here. So I just, cut a just slightly oversized hole here and tack that to the tree with a couple of galvanized nails. And this end is just kind of loose. And I brought that out with me, kind of prepared it ahead of time, and set that pipe out the hole there, and more or less just we'll go on the outside in a sec here, but cut a hole in the tarp and just vented that out the side. But because it's nailed to a tree, it kind of prevents this from going anywhere. So my idea at this end is rather than using this piece of steel here, to use something that's a little bit more flexible, not as sharp, lighter weight, easier to pack and carry, so that when I pack this stove, I've got kind of a more portable solution. So my thought here was, what's kind of flexible, takes some heat, and easy to find, not expensive. A lot of times if you buy stove jacks, they want crazy prices for them. So I'm not spending $100 on a stove jack for a free stove. So what I came up with, and I'm going to try and show it to you here, is a silicone cookie sheet. Back out a little bit. Maybe I need to spread this out somewhere. But this is it's a 10 by 15 rectangular cookie sheet. And I can't get quite far enough. But silicone rubber, fairly inexpensive. I got this on sale at a local houseware store around Christmas time. They were kind of clearing them out. I paid $3 for this. So my thought is, and there's the wrapper that it came in. So this is a Master Chef silicone baking sheet, 15 by 10 3/4 inches, and small print on the back there, rated to 450 degrees. So what about mounting this as a stove jack? Cutting a 3-inch hole in it, and kind of meets the criteria that I was looking for, and see if it'll withstand the heat. Okay, so I'm hoping you can see what I did there. Cut that little bit of a piece of shiplap out of about a 3-inch log, and kind of thinned it out. I brought those fender screws along, or stove bolts, I guess, and some large fender washers for the backside. So my thinking was that if I could kind of seal the front side with a piece of wood, so that any rain that maybe hit here would tend to not want to run behind there. A little bit of a gap there, so maybe one more screw or bolt in the middle there, and might seal this up a little bit. Hopefully any rain that might hit the top here might roll off a little bit. I guess, it looks like I cut that a little bit big, so maybe air on the small side. So I've had a pretty good fire ripping in there for, I don't know, a good half an hour or so. Door's been open. I'll give you just a quick shot of that. But so far so good. I'm not getting any melting on that silicone, and that thing is laying right on top of that pipe. And I got some serious heat coming out of there for sure. So, that's kind of it for this one. Let me know what you guys think, if this is kind of a viable thing, or if you're doing something else that is lightweight and is working for you without costing a lot of money. Again, I don't want to spend $50-100 on a stove jack for this thing. So that's it for now. Give me your feedback, and until next time, take it easy.